Hello, beautiful people. It is I, Vemizer Evergreen here. Now, my pronouns are he, him, but if you got something juicy to tell me or you're rooting me on, girl is an exception. And welcome back to an all-new episode of Tea with V. Let's get to it.
I buy you English breakfast, sugar and cream right on the side. You know I'm really worth it. Tuning in your favorite show of mine, and all that really matters. You haven't let us skate for a little while, so come on in with me. So why don't you tune in and see what's on with Tea with V? You can all just join with me and watch some Tea with V. I know you'll have a blast and learn something real fast. So why don't you tune in and see what's on with Tea with V? All the latest hot trend topics, Tea with V, and the TikTok tea responses, Tea with V. Don't forget the quote of the week, yeah, Tea with V. I'm happy that you're watching me on Tea with V.
Oh my goodness. I'm so happy to be back in this evergreen chair. There's a few shout outs that I want to give out before we start the show. The first shout out is to all of you, all of my Vemizers and my tea watchers. Thank you so much for tuning in the first episode. I really, really do appreciate it. You know, all the love, the comments, and the congratulations really, really mean a lot. Some of you may or may not know, but I actually produced the whole damn thing. You know, I put on a nice outfit. I set everything up. I get the chai topics and all of that. I edit it. I film it. I do everything on my own. So, you know, your love and appreciation and all of that really means a lot to me, because it just gets me motivated to keep on keeping on. So yeah, thank you for tuning in and sending so many congratulations. I really, really do appreciate it. Thank you dearly. Another shout out that I would like to give out is to my brother Ronnie and Megan. They had their first child together. This is my nephew, woo woo woo. His name is Brigham. He's beautiful, happy, healthy. He's stunning, and I'm really, really excited to be in Brigham's life, and I'm really, really looking forward to seeing how my brother comes into his fatherhood and becoming a father. So he's going to be on the show, not today, but sometime on some of the episodes. I would like to do like a special episode just for him, because I really, really want to know what it's like to have the shift. So we'll get him on the show sometime soon. But congratulations to Ronnie and Megan for having a beautiful, beautiful baby boy, happy, healthy, all of that. He looks just like his father. And yeah, so thank you so much for making me an uncle. I really do appreciate it. And my final shout out is, of course, Frenchie. Frenchie, I know you're tuning in and watching right now. Now, Frenchie is a very, very amazing, beautiful, beautiful human being. He's actually the one who helped me film the intro to this season of Tea with V. So I just wanted to shout you out and say thank you for helping me shoot that amazing intro and all of that. I really, really love it. And thank you, Frenchie. I really love and appreciate you. All right, but you know what time it is, and I know what time it is. It is time for some hot chai topics. So get your teas ready, get everything ready, because guess what? We got much to discuss. All right, so our first hot chai topic is regarding this singer right here, Miguel. Are you familiar with Miguel? Now, I don't mind me a Miguel. I like some of his music. The only two songs that I really stand, salute, and subscribe to is his song Adore You and Banana Clip. Those are my two favorite songs. Let me know in the comments if you have a favorite song by this artist. I would love to know, so we can dip in and do it together. Now, Miguel did something really edgy regarding a recent performance that he did to promote his new album. He decided to literally hang himself by his shoulder blades via pierce. Like, I'm talking about, he got this right here. Yup, right here. he decided to hang himself via pierced, metal bars being hung alive while doing his performance. I guess he was singing while he was doing this, and some of his fans were completely shocked and just, they weren't mad at him, but I think, shock value. You know how the Gagas back in the meat dress, all of the above, for shock value. Now, I'm an artist, as y'all know, if Gaga and Prince had a baby, it would be me, but I don't think I would do anything remotely close to this. Now, I don't like piercings. I mean, regarding to this, I say that now with a septum ring in my nose and tattoos all over. But let me give you a little background story about my septum. All right, so this is what happened. I remember that I was going thrifting with a girlfriend of mine. Shout out to Tara Lee Jenkins. Hey, boo, hey. And I really was just feeling like this urge. I was like, I really want to get my septum done. And we came across this tattoo parlor. We walked in. There was this girl, this beautiful, beautiful girl. She took me in. It was a walk-in appointment, and I think it was like $60. So I go in, I sit down. She gives me the rundown, and when you get your nose pierced, it's like a quick pinch, and your eyes start to water, but it's not excruciating whatsoever. It kind of feels like, when you someone hits you in the nose or whatnot. That's what it kind of felt like, but it didn't hurt. It was just boom, and then your eyes start to water. And so it was quick, easy, like $60 or $50. Then as we were, getting ready to leave, she, was like, I was hesitant to tell you. And I was just like, oh God, here we go. Am I going to get infected? What is I do like this, that, the third? And she was like, no, actually, I'm a big fan of yours. You went to school back in the day with one of my buddies, and he was telling us so much about you that we ended up just following you on the social media, and we listened to your music, and you are amazing. We love you so much. And I was like, oh my gosh. So pretty much I got pierced by a Vemizer. If I have the picture, here it is right here. I forgot your name, love, and I'm so sorry, but thank you for piercing me. I really do appreciate it, and thank you for the moment. You were so sweet and so kind, and it was just a beautiful, positive experience. But yeah, that was a cool moment, and I really do appreciate it. But on other hand, back to Miguel, to each his own when it comes to how you want to promote your album. I'm old school. I like to put all of my posters out on the around town and whatnot, do a nice interview. I think this is a little bit extreme, but he ended up being fine in the long haul. I guess he was experiencing some bleeding after Avi, and but other than that, he's fine. And physically he is fine. But let me know in the comments below, would you do something like this? Would you do, if you're a musician, how are you promoting your stuff? And when it comes to piercings, do you have one? Do you have a septum? If so, let me know in the comments so we can be septum siblings, but yeah, those are my thoughts on that. But let me know in the comments what you think. All right, so I want to talk about Oprah for a moment. Now, Oprah and Dwayne La Rock are currently experiencing backlash at the moment. Now, if you may or may not know, pretty much the backlash is regarding to this foundation, this fundraising foundation that Oprah and Dwayne wanted to do. And pretty much Oprah is asking us, the regular degular folk, fashionable regular degulars, to pitch in to help fundraise for Lahaina and the fire and all of that, which I think it's beautiful. The problem that people are having about this is that, why is she asking regular folks like us for money when she has $1 billion and she can pretty much fix this problem and really get Lahaina back on its feet and all of that? Or instead of asking her rich friends to help fundraise this instead of regular people. Now, my perspective on this is, I get where maybe she's coming from, because hello, she's Oprah. She's the woman who likes to help people, and I think in her mind she was like, I really want to bring the community together, and I really want to show that us people can come together and rally up to send love to Lahaina, Hawaii, that we can, raise this money and this, that, and the third. So their goal was to raise $10,000. No, excuse me, $10 million. And Dwayne and Oprah were going to match that 10 mil, give it to the folks in Lahaina. I mean, I just think it's a bad judgment call all around. And I think that she shouldn't have done this. I think she should have started this campaign and just asked her rich friends, because, regular folks like us, hello, inflation. Some people can't pay their rent. Some people can't find babysitters for their children. Some people are still affected after COVID and all of that. So the average Joe is still struggling up in these neck of the woods. And then you're going to ask me for money. Again, I get it. And I want to help other people, but I got to make sure that what I got, I'm holding it down for thine self. But let me know in the comments below, do you think Oprah was not in the wrong by asking us for money? Or do you think that, she did a poor judgment call and that she needs to take care of it herself and with her rich friends and instead of asking us? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. But I don't know, Oprah. I don't like the fact that she did that. I don't think that was a good look. And this is exactly why we need to have Jamal the interns in these type of predicaments. Because you know who Jamal the intern is? Jamal the intern is somebody who's in the corner, who sees something going down, and they're like, I don't know about that. I don't think that's a good idea. For example, there should have been a Jamal when Balenciaga got canceled, when they were doing the BDSM child, photograph, stuff. There should have been, I bet there was a Jamal the intern that was like, I don't know, I don't think this is the moment. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments regarding this. So a North Carolina pastor by the name of Damian Macy recently got into a lot of trouble regarding the fact that his sex tape got leaked. With a man. Oh yes. Now, people are in uproar about this pastor technically living a down low lifestyle and not being truthful of who he is and what he, identifies as. And reports are saying what had happened is that he, I guess, was sleeping with some guy and they were filming it on the guy's phone, and the guy ended up leaking it, and that's how Damian gets down in his neck of the woods. Now, for me, I love me a filming. Yes, I do. I'm going to try to keep this PG, but I live for a filming moment. I do so myself. I think it's very, very sexy. However, if you're in a certain type of establishment or you carry yourself a certain way, come on, you know better to film it on your phone, not on the other party's phone. You know what I mean? Like, if you really want to get things, you film it on your phone so it's not going to get leaked. But, clearly the pastor didn't do that. And, now he is in result of, a lot of shame and backlash. Now, he recently made a video, apologizing about his actions and so on and so forth. And he is taking accountability. But one person commented, well, a lot of people comment on this certain topic, but one person comment saying, my problem is he lived a totally down low life instead of living his truth while mentoring others. And I think I can understand that on a certain degree. The only thing that's a little different about this circumstance with this particular pastor is that he never, ever was talking negative about homosexuality. He was very, from the streets of from what I'm hearing, is that, he's actually a very forward-thinking pastor. So he had a lot of transgender folks come in, other folks come in, it was very LGBTQ plus friendly when it came to his church. So I do understand where, you kind of do feel a little betrayed in a way, because you look up to somebody and then they don't feel comfortable. Everybody's on their own journey when it comes to identity, sexuality, all of that. So I think, well, I'll ask you, do you think you're entitled to know your pastor's personal life, where they're doing, where they're going, this, that, and the third? Or do you think it's personally none of your business? You're just there to go to church, hear the word, get a little praise and Jesus worship on, and then keep it pushing. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below, because for me, I just think it's none of my business. If I'm going to church, I'm going to church to hear the word, catch the Holy Spirit. I don't need to know who the pastor is sleeping with or they're dated. All of that. It's really not my business. So, but let me know what your thoughts are. I would love to hear. All right, so we're moving right along in our next segment, which I like to call Sipping on Some TikTok Tea. Let's get to it, baby. All right, so our first TikTok tea video is by the user at Your Favorite Aunties, and they spill the tea regarding on people not wanting help. They just want attention. Roll the clip.
People don't want help. They want attention. And that thing has been on me because I'm like, no, you don't want help. You want the attention that brokenness gets you. And so you're not ever going to be healed. You're not ever going to get what you need to get, because if you do that, nobody's going to pay attention to you anymore. And you would rather have the attention
than the healing,
than the healing and the help. And so while we're walking around life trying to do better, trying to heal and stuff, no, people genuinely do not want help. They will tell you that they do. But when it's in their face and it's right in front of them and all they got to do is reach and grab it, they're not going to take it, because that means they're not going to get no attention.
Oh, baby.
That thing got real for me this week in a couple of different ways. Like, no, help is here.
It ain't on the way.
It's
here.
Right in front of you, and you would rather not.
Wow.
And then you're going to continue to talk about it and complain about it. But you had the opportunity to get some help.
Oh, my living legend. Do I agree? We all know somebody in these neck of the woods who don't want help and they just want attention because they thrive off from it. That's all they know. And I think, honestly, it's a form of trauma response, if you ask me, because I think they're probably so scared to really sit within themselves and be at a place where you have to sit still and be at peace and really dive in, that they rather do the opposite and external and get all the attention, and that's how they're gonna get help, is that they'll get from other people, when actuality it's within yourself. And the way that I handle it, honestly, is that I just pray for them from afar and keep it pushing, because at the end of the day, if you really want to have a better life and if you really want to, do your work, you have to really sit within yourself and ask yourself really, really deep questions and put yourself in a space where it's uncomfortable. But as long as you're open and willing to get help and do what you need to do, people who are going to be around you will help you along that journey. But you got to do it. You got to start the engine by yourself. And sometimes you got to walk alone for a few business miles in order to really, you know what I mean? So I definitely agree with these ladies for sure. And I definitely know the viewers, somebody in that predicament as well. So, all right, another TikTok user at Sierra Gibson, she pretty much opens up the fact that she's now attracted to younger men. Roll the clip.
I've always been an older men kind of bitch, really digging the DILF energy, but as I myself have matured into somewhat of an older woman at the ripe old age of 28, I have inexplicably and very confusingly found myself growing attracted to men in their early 20s. And I really don't know what it is. It could be perhaps the smoothness of skin, the smoothness of brain. But when I see a guy in a hat that is entirely too high on his very fluffy haired noggin, something inside me stirs. Maybe it's because I'm now in a position of power, and the last time I was dating Chads, it was absolutely underwhelming and incredibly distressing emotionally. But now, nothing can faze me. I might be ready for round 2.
Oh, lordy Lou. I don't want to speak too much because, honey child, I'm starting to be attracted to younger men too, who are of age. I want to make that Claritin crystal clear. Now, I don't know about you, but there's something in this goddamn milk, because when I tell you these kids these days, looking like they in their 20s, mid-20s, late 20s, looking like they got a damn mortgage and a wife at home, when they're actually 18 and under. Now, I only go for the 18-year-olds. Let's not get crazy. I like a younger man, but something is in the milk. In the milk. Let me know in the comments below if you agree with me. I know y'all are not, searching out, youngins and minors and whatnot, but there is something in the milk, because these kids these days look grown. Like, you had a full ass beard, you're 6'5", and all, I don't know what is in the milk these days. When I was growing up, we looked like kids, we looked like minors and all of that. Not today. Everybody is grown. But I definitely resonate with her for sure. I mean, I think for me, I've started entertaining folks younger than me, and what's interesting about it is that what I've learned is that I think it's not about age, but it's just about what you've been through and how you're moving through your life. And there's obviously still some moments where you're just like, yup, you is 18, you is 19, you know? But for me, it's been an interesting dynamic because I've always gone for older, you know, 30 and up, 40 and up, you know. I remember one gentleman that I went on a little getaway. He was 60, 61, but he didn't look his age though. I mean, 60 nowadays is like, you know, 45, you know, so it's like people are looking younger, and I think that it's beautiful and all of that. But regarding her, I definitely know what she means. Like, there are some youngins that I'm just like, ooh, absolutely. And then there's some that where I'm just like, absolutely not. So I think it really depends on, you know, instead of age is more of just like, how do you carry yourself, the wisdom. Some, you know, 18-year-olds have old souls. I know one right now who's got a very old soul, and he's very, 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 very mature for his age. And he's very intellectual, and he thinks very big. And he's also he's a really, really, really dope guy. And yeah, so I definitely agree with her for sure. But let me know in the comments below if you prefer younger or older. All right, so we're moving right along in another segment, which I love to call What You Watching? Now, what are you watching? Because I'll tell you what I've been watching. Now, there is one show in particular that I burned through. You hear me? Burned through. And that, my friend, is The Bear. Oh, my living legend. Now, I live for this show. I stand, salute, and subscribe. Yo, Jeremy Allen White is a slayer in this show. But also, not only him, everybody else. The whole cast really, really brings it. And what I love about this show is that it's shorter episodes. I think it's like 30 minutes long versus an hour. And the story element is so good. And another thing too that I feel is very, very important when it comes to this type of show is the editing. The editing is the crucial part of this whole body of work, because it really, it's so good. And what I love about it is it also feels like a documentary, even though it's like actors and whatnot. The acting is so real. So it's streaming on Hulu now if you got the Hulus, or it you know, it's also on FX. But I dig this. I dig this show a lot. I really, 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 really like this show, and everybody brings their A game. But Mr. Jeremy, yo, you is fine as I don't know what. Oh my goodness, a hot line cook who's angry, who got a little attitude. Yo, oof, I'm getting hot underneath this wig. In terms of a TV show, in real life, don't be angry, don't be yelling at me like that, you know. But like, I really dig this show. I rate this show 10 out of 10. Honestly, I recommend. If you haven't watched it, it's really good. But apparently a lot of folks who are, you know, in the kitchen world and the kitchen lifestyle say that this show gives them PTSD for sure. I work in the kitchen, but I'm not in that kitchen. You know, it actually humbled my black ass for a moment to be like, you know, my kitchen crew ain't that bad, you know. So I love this show. But if you haven't checked this show out, it is amazing. The premise of the show, honestly, and I'm not giving anything away, is that pretty much Jeremy's character, his brother passed away, and Jeremy is trying to keep, you know, the restaurant afloat, and they come up with some money, and they make it into something completely different. But there's so many dynamics and missing pieces and whatnot that I'm not telling you, because you need to watch this show. So if you want to watch it, again, it's on Hulu or FX. I recommend it strongly. But that's what I've been watching. But let me know in the comments, what have you been watching? I want to know any other good shows, because, you know, I need to know for sure. All right, we're moving right along into our next segment, which is show and tell. You know, I love to show and tell you a few things. So I just wanted to show you 2 items. But the first item we're going to start off with is this perfume. Now, I don't know if you love a perfume. I live for a perfume. I'm actually running low on one of my favorite perfumes. My signature one is the Lady Gaga Fame perfume, the Black Eau de Parfum. I live for that. I want to bathe in that, but I'm running a little low. So I'm trying to find other different ones, but I recently came across this particular scent by Golden Gems. The fragrance is called Madonna. and it is really, really, really nice. It's a roll-on fragrance. You don't need that much too, and then you just, you can do it here. But I really, really dig this. This is like really one of my favorites. When I smelled the sample, I started having dreams about it because I loved it that much. The packaging is lovely, and if you're interested in purchasing this, make sure to go to demitas.com. They also have a lot of other different fragrances, which I might end up buying as well, that I will let you know for sure. But I recommend the Madonna. The Madonna one is sexy and sinful and delicious and nutritious. So that right there is a moment. Now, my second item is a full focus journal. Now, I actually got this full focus journal in Goodwill for like $1. And what I love most about it is that I think there's it's a lot of pages. It's got like 213 pages. And also, it pretty much it asks you questions such as what's been happening, what are some recent wins, how are you feeling, what are you grateful for, what are you learning, what decisions have you made, what can you do to advance your goals, is anything holding you back, and how are you creative? And the last question always changes. So you got how are you creative, who has been especially meaningful to you lately, how might you express that, how could you write a better story with your life today. So I love it. I just recently started getting into it. So whenever I got a lot of stuff going on, I ended up writing it in the journal. But you can also get one online. So of course, the links will be down in the description regarding the perfume and this focus journal. But I really, really, really dig this, and I recommend you should get one as well, because it's just nice to keep your mind focused, regimented, and all of that, instead of scatterbrained and all over the place. So those are my two show and tells that I wanted to show you. But of course, the link will be in the description down below if you're interested in purchasing those two items. All right, so to close out in today's episode, we are going to read the quote of the week. This quote of the week is by Joel Osteen. And Joel Osteen says this: "You're going to go through tough times. That's life. But I say nothing happens to you, it happens for you. See the positive in negative events." And that was by Joel Osteen. Well, thank you so much for tuning in today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Also, I wanted to make a quick note that please make sure to send me your Ask V's. I haven't gotten any Ask V's yet. They'll eventually come in, but send me all of your Ask V's so I can give you some advice and so on and so forth. If you want to become a Vemizer, just make sure to head over to vemilomusic.com. Anything and everything about me is on there except my birth certificate or social security. But don't forget to like, comment, and share, and of course subscribe. Please be safe, sanctified, and sanitary under these self-reflecting times, and I will catch you all in the next episode. Bye.